everyone, and welcome to Vision Talks, the podcast where we explore big ideas for a better tomorrow. I'm Shreya, your host, and today's topic is close to every Indian's heart: redefining education for future India. With me are five insightful voices: Aaron, Angela, Veronica, Ashwin, and Godwin. We'll be exploring how India's education system can evolve to meet the needs of a rapidly changing world. Let's imagine together what learning could look like in 2040: inclusive, innovative, and inspiring. Why change is needed? So, I would like to start with a big question. Firstly, to Aaron, why do we need to redefine education in India?
Education is often called the backbone of a nation. But in our country, India, our education system is heavily based on, learning of outdated syllabus and exam-focused assessments. Stuff like this would have worked decades ago. But today's world needs creativity, some problem solving, and also emotional and also some practical skills, not only the ability to memorize. So, we need to redefine the education because the job market, technology, and society are evolving faster than our classrooms. For example, let's see, in many schools, students are still learning the Pythagoras theorem without being shown how it applies to real life. While, some essential skills like financial literacy, coding, communication, or even, mental health awareness, stuff like this are pretty much ignored in today's Indian schools and colleges. So let me share a real life example that I've come across through. So, Anand Super 30 program in BR. So, Anand sir took students from poor backgrounds, trained them using practical problem solving methods, and gave them confidence in their abilities. So many of these students cracked, many of the top class entrance exams such as the IIT entrance exam, and this transformed many lives. So this shows that when education focuses on skills, understanding, and primarily on personal growth, it can break the cycle of poverty and open new doors. So according to me, redefining education in India means shifting from rote learning to experiential learning, or sometimes from marks to skills. So this is gonna make all the students in our country responsible citizens and make change in the country. So, this is my opinion according to the question asked by you.
Well said, it's a perfect way to look at it.
As far as I'm concerned, I feel beyond academic, education forms citizens. If our school don't foster critical thinking, empathy, and civic responsibility, we risk having generation technically skilled but socially disconnected. For instance, if school only teaches children how to do jobs like using laptop or a computer, but don't teach them how to understand other people's feelings or think about what's right and wrong, they might make things that hurt others without even knowing, like unintentionally. So yeah.
That's so true, Veronica. I totally agree with you. So, the next segment I would like to speak about was like, we all know technology is a game changer. So, my next question will be to Angela. So, according to you, technology is transforming every field. So, how can it redefine education?
Okay, so Shreya, according to me, technology is completely changing the world we learn. It's making education more open, personal, and genuinely exciting. So these days, with online platforms, students can access amazing learning resources from anywhere. So distance is no longer a barrier. And yeah, we all know that AI can adjust lessons and also match each student's speed, as currently even we use. And also the strengths and virtual augmented reality can make learning feel almost real. So you could explore a rainforest or a step into a historical event without even leaving your seat. Video calls and collaboration tools let classrooms connect each others across the world. giving students the chance to learn from different cultures and perspectives. So let's take a basic example. A student in a small village with every few schools can now attend live classes taught by some of the best teachers in the world. And yeah, it's no longer just about sharing information or anything as such, but it's also about making learning personal, interactive, and far more engaging than ever before. So I guess technology is actually transforming everything and like in every field.
That's so true. I think a lot of our listeners will relate to that. Uh, yeah, Ashwin, would you like to add a point to it?
Yes. Technology should complement but not replace teachers. So the human connection in learning, motivation, mentorship, and moral guidance. So basically, teacher training and pedagogy are essential pillars of a strong and effective education system. So basically, the teacher training refers to the process of equipping educators with the knowledge of skills and attitudes. Pedagogy, on the other hand, is the art and science of teaching. It encompasses the strategies, methods, and approaches teachers use to facilitate learning. Through teachers' training, educators learn to apply pedagogical principles in real classrooms, such as differentiated instruments, collaboration learning. In a rapidly changing world, continuous professional development ensures teachers remain updated with innovation and teaching practices. So, in short, it's all about equipping educators with the mindset, skill, and methods to make learning more engaging, effective, and student-centered. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. The next thing that I would like to speak about is the values, the life skills, and holistic learning that we all require in our day to day lives. So, I would like to ask Veronica, according to you, how does value, life skill, and holistic learning, like, what's your vision about it?
Shreya, if you ask me, as I said before, future India needs citizens who can collaborate, communicate, and think critically. Our curriculum should integrate emotional intelligence and financial literacy, climate awareness, and ethical decision making, and many more. So, school could have started like a life lab where students learn cooking, basic home repairs, and managing personal finance, along aside with the science and math. These skills prepare them for life, not just for exam. So, yeah.
That's beautifully said.
Also, sorry to interrupt. I would like to add on to what Veronica said is that in many developed nations, life skills, education, and education is already a mainstream. So, for example, Finland, it blends the project-based learning with community work. So, what I feel is that many learnings that are taught by teachers to the students must be implemented or should be taught to them to be implemented in their real life so that this can be useful not just to pass an exam but for the near future. This is something that India can adapt to our context.
I truly agree with you, Godwin. The next thing I would like to speak about is something that we often hear to, or the two words that we often come across. That's inclusion and equality. So I would like to ask Godwin, equality in education is still a challenge and many people go through it even now. So according to you, what's your vision about it?
Yeah, according to me, I believe that true test of our education system is whether if we can give every child, whether they're from the backwaters of Kerala, the deserts of Rajasthan, or the streets of Mumbai, an equal shot at success. Right now, gap between privileged schools and under-resourced ones is still too wide. Some children have access to robotic labs, while others don't even have a proper classroom roof to sit over. My vision is for India to bridge these gaps through a mix of infrastructure development and creative solutions. Look at what Brazil did with Escola Aberta program. They opened up schools on weekends to become community hubs with sports, art, and vocational training. Some of the examples that I would like to put on to this is, for instance, Canada's educational system is known for integrating indigenous knowledge alongside modern curriculum. And that's something India could do beautifully. Imagining history lessons that include local folk traditions, environmental knowledge, and tribal communities alongside science and tech. Japan, on the other hand, focuses heavily on moral education and community responsibility. So students end up having their own knowledge about what is happening around the world and implementing these kind of examples taught by their teachers in their real life. Then comes an example that is Estonia, a small country but a giant in digital education. They made coding part of curriculum. So these are the examples that I would like to put on.
That's a great point, and it's a very important insight.
Yes, I want to add a statement. So the statement says the brilliant shouldn't be limited by their postal code. So this means that the access of quality education, resources and opportunity should not be tied to a child's postal code, which often reflects their socio-economic backgrounds. In many places, children from underprivileged or rural areas face challenges like underfunded schools, lack of trained teachers, and unlimited exposure to technology, while children in wealthier neighborhoods enjoy better facilities and more opportunities. By saying better opportunities are not always equally distributed, the aim should be ensure equitable education.
Totally agree with you, Ashwin. So the next thing I want to speak is about teachers who plays a great role or a major role in everyone's life. They are a backbone for every one of us and play a very important role at least some point in our life. So my next question is to Aaron. According to you, how do you think we can empower teachers?
Okay, so we often say a nation is only as strong as its teachers. But yet in India, many teachers face outdated resources, low pay, and huge class sizes. So if we want to build a quality education, the level of quality in our education, we must first empower our teachers, right? So empowerment means giving them modern training, better salary, and also the freedom to innovate in their teaching methods. A teacher will feel respected and supported, will naturally inspire the students to think, question, and also create at a higher level. So there's a real life example. So she's a teacher in Maharashtra. His name is Ranjitesh Desale, and he also won the Global Teacher Prize in the year 2020. So, he transformed his rural schools by using QR codes in textbooks so students could access videos, poems, and assessments in their own language. So, this innovation improved the attendance and learning outcomes dramatically. Ranjitesh could also do this because he was given the space to experiment and also the trust from his community and support from the local authorities there. So if every teacher in India gets access to modern technology, training in new fields and recognition for their work, and imagine the ripple effect that's created by this. Classroom will turn into creativity labs and students will turn into change makers of the future of the Indian society. And not only the society, the world too, at an extent. So, empowering our teachers is not an expense. It is the greatest investment we can make for our future. So, let us give them the right tools, right respect, and trust they definitely deserve. So, yeah, that's pretty much about it.
That's a great way. To look at it.
Exactly. Sorry, Shreya. Exactly. So, adding on to Aaron's point, because even the best curriculum is just words on a page if a teacher isn't motivated. Okay. So, a passionate teacher can make any lesson come alive. We all know that, yeah. So turning it to something exciting that actually makes students want to learn. But if that spark isn't there, even the carefully designed syllabus can turn flat. At the end of the day, it's teachers' energy, care, and dedication that really brings learning to life.
I totally agree with you, Angela. The next thing I want to speak about is how we all learn from the world. The world gives us one or the other insights, and we learn something or the other each day. So, the next thing I would ask is to Veronica, what global practices can actually inspire us and make a better person?
Freya, personally, in my view, firstly, Singapore focuses on bilingualism and strong esteem foundation while encouraging creativity. As Gorman said, the Finland prioritizes student well-being and minimal exams. South Korea uses technology heavily but balances with the respect for teacher. So we need to collaborate this all. India can blend these lessons with our cultural richness and combine digital innovation with community-based learning. So these are the few practices that can be inspired by us.
That's well said. The next thing I want to speak is not about anything in particular. We spoke about various segments. So, something I want to speak about is looking ahead. How each one of us would have a vision or dream of how education should look like in 2040. So, let's do a quick round. So, I would like, firstly, Angela to share how, according to you, is the vision of Indian education should be in 2040?
Okay, so according to me, I would like to tell that life and skills are valued as much as academic scores. So the future classrooms, whether they are in person, online, or both mixed, won't just be about maths and science. And they'll also focus on things like creativity, adaptability, and critical thinking, empathy, and working well with others. Since technology will take over a lot of boring routine jobs, what's really going to matter is being able to solve problems. So to wrap up, education isn't a future just about filling our heads with facts. It's about building the skills, mindset to thrive in a world that's always changing. So yeah, this is my opinion about the education in 2040.
Okay, I would like Godwin also to share what's your vision of education in 2040.
I feel that teachers are among the most respected and well-paid professionals. So in India, we have a great heritage and cultural well-being of teachers being respected and how teachers have the highest standard positions in our society. So this should continue to be the same, and teachers must be helped with bonuses and further benefits like transportation, as these teachers are providing our children with education in the later that can be education that can be used for the later future. So that is one thing I would like to put up.
Okay. Last but not the least, Ashwin, according to you, what's your vision?
Yeah. So as I said, looking ahead, education in 2040. As a vision statement, you can tell that every child deserves a window to the world, no matter their hometown, through innovative teaching, technology, and global collaboration. There should be international knowledge, culture, and opportunities into every classroom, ensuring students can gain global exposure without even leaving their local roots. So this is what I had to give out.
Okay. Lastly, I would like to conclude by saying that if we truly want to reimagine future India, education is the place to start from. Redefining it means embracing technology, nurturing values, ensuring equality, empowering teachers, and learning from the world. It's a big task, but as we have discussed today, it's possible if we dream boldly and act decisively. I would thank you, Angela, Veronica, Aaron, and Ashwin, and Godwin for sharing your visions to our listeners. And I hope we all keep learning, keep questioning, and keep imagining and make our dreams come true one day.
This is your host Shreya Shivkumar signing off. Until next time, stay inspired.